and planted the lowly in their place.
Matter of fact, brother, give me Ecclesiastes 3, where it speaks about there's a time and a place for all things, and get the verse where it says it's a time to plant and it's a time to pluck up that which is planted. Right. Yeah, read that.
The Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth.
Right, and that's why it says the root, because when you take the root of something, let's say for example, you planted some what is it? Some flowers, and you take it and you grab it by the root. Them flowers ain't gonna grow anymore. For example, when you destroy the man, or should I say the men of that nation, you destroy the root of that particular nation. So the Lord is going to destroy or take this society from the root so that it don't spring back up anymore. Okay? That's why, what is it? This society was able to come back out because it says that its deadly wounds were healed. The dragon was destroyed, but then it came back into existence. Why? Because it was destroyed by the root. Okay, go on.
Verse 17, he took some of them away and destroyed them, and have made their memorial to cease from among the from the earth.
Made their memorial to cease from out of the earth. And when the Lord destroys the society here, ain't nobody gonna remember this bad boy. Ain't nobody gonna remember what the Romans did or what the Edomites did on this side. That's not gonna be remembered. Okay, the greatness of America, the greatness of Great Britain, the greatness of Italy, all of these particular countries that make up the EU won't be remembered anymore. But what's going to overstand and forever stand is the words of the Lord in our society. That's going to be remembered. So these other nations, they're vain, man. They're what you call vanity. Go on, brother.
Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman.
Right, exactly. We weren't supposed to be proud because we're just made of, what is it, dust and water. Okay? But like I said, the Lord is going to show exactly who's really holy, who's really running the show. It's going to be well known that a so-called Negro, which is the Mashiach, Yahawah from the tribe of Judah, he's going to be exalted on the earth. His name and his glory is going to be exalted and recognized. And through him, we're going to be exalted and recognized. Because he's going to pretty much, what is it? He's going to be the face of the earth. So any man that looks like this guy here, they're going to get that respect. They're going to get respect on the planet. Okay, the reason why the so-called white man's got his respect, because he's the face of the earth. But he's going to be the face of the earth. And guess what? We're going to get that respect. The so-called black man is going to get his respect back. 1,000-fold. So right now, we gotta deal with this bullshit society. We gotta deal with, the rooms, or should I say, the daggers of the society. But it's only for a short period of time. This is only but for a moment. Go on.
They that fear the Lord are a sure seed.
Right. They that fear the Lord is a sure seed. Why are they a sure seed? Let's get 1 John the 5th chapter. Hold that, brother. Give me 1 John 5. And start from the 4th verse. Yeah, read what you got, brother.
Ecclesiastes 3, starting at 1, it says, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heavens, a time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
And it's going to be about that time. And we're approaching that time where the Most High is going to plant, the Most High is going to pluck up the society that he planted. Because the Lord already set these kingdoms up. The Most High put these nations in the positions of power. The reason why the so-called white man is sitting high and mighty, okay, is because of the Most High. So the same way the Most High gave him that power and that position is the same way he's going to take it from him. Okay, that's all I wanted, brother. Yes, so read that. 1 John 5 and 4.
Verse 4. 1 John 5 verse 4. For whatsoever is born of the Most High overcometh the world.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So that's the... You're going, bro.
Can I just ask you, see what you were saying about they don't respect? They don't respect.
Yeah, they don't respect
the
Israelites.
It just brought something to my mind about the wicked. There's a scripture that says the wicked cover the face.
Yeah.
Judges.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah. And that's a part of it too. That's a very good point. Because what they did was as well, I'm glad you brought that out. Because what they did is, and I'm talking about the Europeans during the Renaissance era, what they done was They went through all around Europe and they destroyed all of the holy prophets, which were dark skinned and all of that, and they put their face on the scene.
That's why they don't respect us.
Exactly.
They don't see us.
Right.
They just see us as
Right, as the media, you know, as the media pretty much present us to be
Got
going.
it for you. Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
And that's a part of it, because before Esau came into power, he had to set the tone. He had to put his face on the scene and say that he's the prophet. Okay, he's the Mashiach Yahawah. That's why they took this thing here. All right, they took this guy here. What is his name? Was President Borgia, and an edict was given by his father, Pope the Sixth of Rome, to paint for what is it? Michelangelo and Da Vinci to paint this guy as the Mashiach Yahawah, as the Messiah. So when you think about the Most High, you think about a so-called white geezer wearing blonde hair and blue eyes and stuff like that.
Yep.
You don't think about a so-called Negro. So that's a part on how they've actually pretty much taken our image aside and put their image on it.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what they did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kingdom Hall, Jehovah's Witnesses, watchtowers,
Yeah.
and I used to ask them, where's the black Jesus? And when I started to wake up, there's all pure magazines of white Jesus. I still kept them for evidence.
Sure, that, brother, because this ain't nothing but that's Renaissance art. This is pre-Renaissance.
Right.
Yeah.
This is Renaissance art. So this is when Esau came back in, right? Like for example, the word Renaissance means what is it? It means rebirth. The rebirth of what though? The rebirth of the Roman Empire. So when them so-called white boys came back into power, they had to put their face on the scene. Okay, and they had to do it.
Can't. And it worked. It worked.
And it worked very well.
Worked.
Esau had to deceive, because when he came out the caves and he looked around himself, all he saw was us. All he saw was our statues. All he saw was the images. Okay, the icons. So that's all he saw was us. So he looked at himself and he was nothing. So he had to. If you're gonna take over the world, he'd have to make the world believe that he was a somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when he came out of the caves, he saw that he was a nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he had to do a lot of deceiving and a lot of corrupting.
Yeah, and I mean, and at the same time, and what he did was all right because he fulfilled prophecy. He fulfilled prophecy. That's what he did. Pursuant to Revelations, the 20th chapter. Yeah, that's judgment right there. That's judgment. You know what I mean? I ain't getting mad at that. I'm loving it. Like the McDonald's, what is it, commercial.
That's prophecy. All of that prophecy.
Yeah.
That had to happen.
It had to go down. Keep going, bro.
So this is 1 Maccabees 3:48. It says, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Yep. To paint the likeness of their images. The heathen opened the book of the law. Okay, in this case, these Edomites that was on the scene, what is it, 500-600 years ago? The Renaissance era. So they opened the book of the law. In other words, they dug into they dug into our records, all right, and put themselves on the scene. And they injected themselves as the prophets of the law. When in fact they're nothing but demons and devils. Okay? Because every Edomite you see is nothing but a demon, man. Okay, a bad spirit. Go on, brother. Oh yeah, you was reading. It's a lot.
Yeah, this is back in Psalms.
You know, every so-called white person you see ain't nothing but a false spirit. That's what you're talking to. Go on, bro.
In Psalm 64, I'll start from 2 again. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Yeah.
Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows.
Right, who bend their
even
bows
bitter
to shoot
words.
their arrows and bitter words. So they secretly find ways to suppress our people, okay, and try to they pray against our people by their their witches and warlocks and all of that.
Yeah.
So that's how they do that. But that's not going to work because the scripture says there's no enchantment against the sons of Jacob. There's no enchantment against the sons of the Most High, the Jews. We're the real Jews. Those gutter rats over there, they ain't no Jews, man. They're nothing but implants and fakers in the land. Go on.
Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Who's the perfect? Jacob is the perfect. When you look up the word, when you go to the book of Genesis, and it says that Jacob is a plain man dwelling in the tents, what do you find out? The Hebrew word there is tamayim or tamam, which means perfect. So that's talking about the Israelites. Because the so-called white man, he's not perfect. He represents everything contrary to being perfect, as the earth displays. Okay, he's destroyed everything. Go on, brother.
Does that go into Esau and Jacob? Jacob was the
stronger
shepherd. No, he was the shepherd really of sheep.
Yeah, he was the keeper of the sheep.
The hunter, really.
Right. He was the tiller of the ground, which goes back to Cain. So the thing with Esau, he doesn't represent perfection. He represents destruction. All right. But we're the perfect. Go on, bro.
Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly they shoot at him and fear not.
Right, and they fear not because they're in that power. They're in the power seat, and they believe that the Most High, because the Most High did anything, they thought that the Lord was always with them. Give me that in Psalms 55, and I'll believe it.
You thought that I was going to give us such as numbers as
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
in Psalms 50, verse 21.
Oh, it's 50, verse 21. Okay.
Verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
Yeah, that's them speaking up against the children of Israel. Go on.
Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother.
Yep.
Thou
Jacob.
slanderest thine own mother's son.
Yep, go on.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
Right, because who's the mother's son? Rebecca.
Right.
Go on.
And I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
So when they were speaking ill of our people and doing ill of our people, they thought that the Most High was such as themselves. But the Lord is using them and bringing them to their snare, and then ultimately, hey, a kind of whoop ass is gonna come on their ass, man. Ultimately.
But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
Right, I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So once the Lord gets done using these devils, because the Most High's whooping stick, okay, or belt is Esau. That's all it is. So once the Lord, withdraws from getting on Jake by using Esau, pulls him back, then he's going to be reproved. So in other words, the Lord got Esau in the trick back, man. Yeah, go on.
So what was I reading?
Yeah, Psalm 60.
68.
Yeah, 68.
No, 64. Yeah, 60. Psalm 64. Back in Psalm 64. Verse 6, it says, they search out iniquities. No, sorry. Verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Right, and that's why you have these secretive councils. You have the Bilderberg meetings and the Council of Foreign Relations and all of these different groups. And then you have these witches and warlocks. They come together and they do things behind closed doors, and they say things that they wouldn't say in public.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
Yeah, they accomplish a diligent search. Go on.
Both the inward full of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
Right, and that's the powers that be. That's what they do. They set up new laws, all right, to promote all kind of wickedness. This is why they've come up with the idea of the church. They come up with the idea of pretty much merging, getting people to accept the idea that it's okay for two men to get married, and it's okay for two women to get married, and all of this nonsense, man. Because what they've done is they've realized the consequences of that, on how they can keep the people destroyed and maintain people in terms of them being sick. Because if you're sick in the head, or you got psychological problems, because you were molded to think what is the perverse according to nature, they can control you.
Right.
They can control you more effectively if you was in your right mind. So Esau is all about corrupting your state of mind so he can control you more effectively. And that's why you got these jokers, they watch TV a lot and they let TV guide their life because they don't know how to think for themselves.
That's why they killed Dr. Sebi.
Yeah.
Dr. Sebi was teaching people how to heal their damn selves.
Yeah, and they killing other crackers too. You got other crackers that were doctors that was bringing out certain truths and they killed them too.
Because I think Dr. Sebi was finding ways to heal cancer,
Yeah.
AIDS, different diseases.
Yeah, but he already did it, and they didn't want to get that out. And like I said, you even got cracker doctors that try to heal that did the same thing, and them jokers got put to death.
Yeah.
So any guy that's coming with any kind of information that can heal the people, they're gonna kill you, man. They're gonna knock you out because a lot of them guys really Dr. Savior. The spirit's telling me, man, he kind of like sold out to him. That's why he got that recognition the way he did.
Right.
You know, that's just the thing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you any disease out there can be cured, man.
Yeah.
Go on, bro.
A verse,
You just gotta know what you're doing. You gotta be a herbalist, which there's brothers that are herbalists and that understand the herbs. You know? Yeah. And there's another one too.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them over in America, you know?
Yeah.
Through the power and spirit of the Most High.
Exactly. Yeah.
in Psalm 64:7, it says, "But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded."
Right, and that arrow is the missile. The missile is the arrow. You know what I mean? So that's the end result. That's what it's going to be. So this is why I myself, I don't really give a good goddamn about what these people think or what they got to say or what they're feeling against what we're doing. It doesn't bother me because when it's all said and done, all of these maggots out here, they're going to be the ones toasted in that lake of fire. So why should I care of those that are going to be burning when it's all said and done? Why? It doesn't make a difference. Go on, bro.
Verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
And that's really talking about the elites. They're going to be destroyed, and their whole entire enterprise is going to be destroyed. And they're going to be brought before the men of the Lord as slaves, as servants. Go on.
Verse 9. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High.
Right, all men shall fear and declare the works of the Heavenly Father. They're going to keep those laws, man. Because we're going to be the ones setting the tone on the earth, setting the power on the earth. All right, and our people, they're going to be representatives of their Heavenly Father. You ain't going to see no niggardism around our people. All right? Seeing a bunch of clowns and shit like that. You're not going to see that, man. And the earth is going to respect the Israelite man. Even the Israelite woman is going to respect the Israelite man. And you know how we're going to get our respect as well? By jacking these Edomites up. And we're going to let them see that too.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm talking about the nigger woman. The nigger woman is going to see the Israelite man destroy these Edomites out here, who they love dearly, who they dream about. Go on, though.
For they shall wisely consider of his doing.
Right, and they shall wisely consider of his doings. You see? So they're going to consider the Lord. And these Edomites, they're going to be put right before our foot. They're going to be in the pits, and they're going to be visited after many days. So they're going to be smelling and stinking in the pits. And then we're going to set up taskmasters and them Hamites, and we're going to give them water hose to sprinkle them up. And I'm going to use super hot water on the ass, man.
Detergent.
Right, and detergent, bleach. Use that bleach.
Last piece.
Go on, bro.
The righteous shall be glad in the Lord and shall trust in him. And all the upright in heart shall glory.
Yeah, we're going to be glad. Why? Because we're going to be beating these crackers to smithereens. I personally, I'm going to have me an Edomite, man, and I'm going to enjoy every bit of it. And they just going to be tortured.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to peel their skin backwards and cut their fingers, you know, one by one, little and little. Enjoy every bit of it, man. Hang them upside down.
And I just say, listen, man,
Beat them with the fucking belt.
the breasts and that off our women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're going to do exactly the same to them.
Worse. We're going to do worse. You know, I'm going to hang them upside down, get one of those belts, you know those sling belts, and just beat them up, man. Beat their ass with the belt. Torture their ass, man. And they going to hope and want to find death.
He's talking about going back to Antiochus Epiphanes. When they're trying to prohibit us from keeping the law.
I'm just trying to eat pork.
Yeah, the Sabbath day, what they did was they hung the children around the mothers' necks.
Yeah, they
cut
did
their
that.
breasts off, and paraded them in the street. So,
Yeah.
this is going back thousands of years
Yeah.
worth of vengeance we have to repay back to the house of Esau.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thousands of years worth of vengeance.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a terrible time for the house of Esau.
And if you don't like what I'm saying, then like I said, man, like we all say, just change the channel, man. 'Cause this ain't for wussies, man.
Right.
This is men. Okay, you're dealing with men when you watch these videos. All right, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mess these devils up, man, in the kingdom.
Program,
You know what I mean?
government program,
Yeah. So let's continue on, man.
government program. Very good.
We gonna mess them up, man. And guess what? The nigga woman, she gonna get order quick fast. Go on, bro.
Sirach 10 and 19. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed,
Yeah.
and they that love him are an honorable plant.
Right.
They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's the 2/3, man. They don't honor the Lord, really. They don't care about the law. They don't even see the law. You know? And these other nations too. But we're honorable. The ones that believe are an honorable group of men. All right, and you're looking at them. Yes, so read what you got. All right. Yeah, so that's how it is, man.
Isaiah 63 and 5. Verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
Yeah.
And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold.
Yep.
Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me,
Right.
and my fury it upheld me.
Right. So the Most High is gonna come with great power and strength to destroy this empire here, this system. Like I said, you see our people, man, walking around just all messed up, walking around like they're all criminals and shit, looking stupid as hell. Got the world clowning their ass for by purpose when they don't have to do that. That's gonna be exited out the earth. All right, and you got our people. They wanna mingle with these other nations and hang around with Esau and all of this nonsense, man. Like that's gonna change their situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how you
Yeah, so, hey, like I said, man, all of that's going to be exited out the planet. We're not going to be hanging around with these devils, man. And the reason why people do that because they ain't got no class. They ain't got no standard. You got liberals walking around in the street. You got Jake walking around in the street eating chicken while he's walking on the street. That's no class, man. That's no standards at all. You think you're going to see me walking around in the street like that? Hell no. You're not gonna see me walk around in the street eating chicken, and dropping the shit on the floor. Hell no, man. What's that? Oh, you got something?
This is it.
Yeah, go on.
Ezekiel 36
Yeah,
and 24. It says, "For I will take you from among the heathen
yeah,
and gather you out of all countries, and I will bring you into your own land."
yeah. The Lord is gonna gather the elect from among the heathen. So the Lord ain't gonna save the heathen. The Lord ain't gonna save all of the nations. He said He would gather us from out of the heathen, which He's scattered us in. Go on.
Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you,
Yep.
and ye shall be clean.
And that's this word. This word is the clean water, which cleanses us from the wiles of the world, from being a nigga. Okay, walking around with chicken wings. And chicken wings. Go on, bro.
Was he talking about this?
Yeah, continue. Yeah, hold on to that, brother.
From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I clean you, cleanse you.
Yep.
A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you.
Yep.
And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I
Yep.
will give you a heart of flesh.
And that's all of Israel to me. That precept is for all of Israel. Because you can read that in Hebrews the 8th chapter. How the Lord was going to bring in a new covenant, which the new covenant involves the laws being put in our inward parts. So we're going to be pretty much walking within the law. We're going to be active in keeping the law perfect. Go on.
And I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them.
Yep.
And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers,
Yep.
and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power.
Exactly, man. And we're going to be a people of regality, class, standards.
Right.
We're not going to be walking around with no class, man. Like I was in the store, right, and I saw this one joker, man. He just zoned out, eating crisp inside the store. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. Bugged out. And this is why the world looks at us the way they look at us. Because we not setting no standard, man. You gotta set a standard out here on this earth. But the Most High is all right. Because the Most High is going to set the standard. And we going to follow that standard. And guess what? Inside the nations, we're going to be the wise people. Go on, bro.
Jeremiah 4 verse 21. How long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet?
Yeah?
For my people is foolish, they have not known me.
Yeah.
They are sottish children, and they have none understanding.
Yeah.
They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge.
Exactly, man. So when it comes to doing the right thing and to doing things that's conducive for them, they don't know how to do that. All they know how to do is nigga shit all day. On the damn, what is it? Instagram, Facebook all fucking day for hours talking shit. It ain't talking about nothing. You know what I mean? Watching World Star and all of that nonsense, man. Listening to BET or whatever they listen to, because I don't watch no damn TV anyways. I don't know what niggas is watching. I don't know what crackers is watching nowadays. I don't even know what's going on. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's read on. Read that verse again.
Jeremiah 4 verse 21.
Yep.
How long shall I see the standard?
And I mean, I'm not saying there ain't nothing wrong with watch TV, because sometimes I watch TV just to see what people are up on, man. What kind of, shows they watching, where they at. That's why I watch it. Go on, bro.
And hear the sound of the trumpet.
Yeah, go on.
For my people is foolish, they have not known me.
Yeah.
They are sottish children, but they have none
Yeah,
understanding.
the word sottish means stupid, and they have no understanding, and that's a true saying. When you dealing with Jake, man, as a whole, you find out they don't have no kind of wisdom at all, man. No kind of understanding at all.